Never stop creating the Scarlett range, the easiest way to bring studio quality sound to your music. Meet the third generation of Scarlett 8i6, Scarlett 18i8, and Scarlett 18i20. In this video, we're going to walk you through these three interfaces and tell you everything you need to know about how you can record your music in studio quality with Scarlett. Firstly, who are we? Focusrite have been in the business of recording for over 30 years. We make everything from professional recording systems powering huge, iconic studios, massive music venues, broadcast studios, live sports, and more, to audio interfaces like Scarlett. With Scarlett, we're powering more home recording studios than any other interface company in the world. We've been delivering incredible quality recording since the Focusrite Studio console. Right from the beginning, our job has been to give you, the artists, the producers, the engineers, the tools to make capturing your sound exactly as it should be, as easy as possible, and Scarlett is no exception. And with the third generation, we've crammed all our experience, high quality components, and some great features into our best Scarlett yet. Let's dive into the range and take a look at the features and specs. There are 6 interfaces in the third generation Scarlett range: Scarlett Solo, Scarlett 2i2, Scarlett 4i4, Scarlett 8i6, Scarlett 18i8, and Scarlett 18i20. We also make Scarlett Octopre and Scarlett Octopre Dynamic, which are 8 mic pre ADAT interfaces. In this overview video, we're going to look at Scarlett 8i6, Scarlett 18i8, Scarlett 18i20, and all the included software that'll get your recordings sounding their best effortlessly. All 3 of the interfaces we're looking at here have some great features in common. First, Scarlett's third generation microphone preamps deliver incredible clarity and low noise. Combined with our converters, our third generation mic pre's deliver up to 111 dB of dynamic range on the way in, based on real world performance, and minus 128 dBu EIN. We have a 56 dB gain range too, so you can get great performance out of any popular studio mic. We only ever share real-world performance because that's exactly what you're going to get. We could quote the higher chipset performance, as some people do, but it's how your mic pre's and converters work together that make your recordings sound great, not chipset specs. With Scarlett 3rd Gen, we've struck the perfect balance between dynamic range and sound quality, so it's easy for you to get studio sound anywhere. Scarlett's 3rd generation mic pre's also feature Air mode, which adds high-end detail and breathes life into vocals, acoustic guitars, drums, and more. You can add air to anything with the click of a button when you feel you want a crisper and brighter sound. All 3rd generation mic pre's have a 48-volt mode, or phantom power, so you can record with condenser mics. Switching inputs to inst, or instrument mode, increases the input impedance to 1.5 mega ohms, just like a guitar amp. This means your tone is preserved and your guitars sound exactly as they should. All 3 of the interfaces in this video also have loopback inputs. Loopback inputs are virtual inputs which you can send computer audio to. You can then set your channel input source in your DAW to loopback 1 and 2, and there's the audio from your other software. This is great for sampling, but also comes in handy for streaming too. Finding your levels has never been easier with gain halos. Scarlett 8i6 and Scarlett 18i8 both feature gain halos on their front panel input gain controls, which show green when your level's in a good range, yellow when your level's a little high, and red when you're about to clip. Simply plug in, start singing or playing, and turn the gain up until your halos start flashing a little yellow, then just back them off ever so slightly so you're always in the green and you're good to go. Scarlett 18i20 features a bright display, showing levels for all 8 analog inputs, including red clip indicators. All Scarlett interfaces can be used in direct monitor mode, meaning you can hear your music as you record with 0 latency. Simply create your custom monitor mixes in Focusrite Control for each set of outputs, balancing both hardware and software audio sources however you want. Moving over to outputs, Scarlett continues to deliver fantastic sound quality, high detail and low noise with up to 108 dB dynamic range on our line outputs. Our powerful headphone outputs are designed to give great sound for monitoring and mixing with any popular studio headphones. Now that we've been through the specs, let's take a look at the hardware itself. Scarlett 8i6 is for the hardware music maker, featuring 2 3rd generation mic pre's up front with Air mode, instrument mode, and pad, an additional 4-line level inputs on the rear, plus MIDI and SPDIF. Scarlett 8i6 is exactly what you need if you plan to record a hardware synth setup or have a range of instruments. Scarlett 8i6 runs the same high audio specs as the rest of the range and has its own power supply, so it can be used standalone without a computer once your routing is set in Focusrite Control. Next, Scarlett 18i8 is great for recording a whole band as a portable, expandable setup. Scarlett 18i8 has all the same great features as Scarlett 8i6, but with 2 additional 3rd generation mic pre's with Air mode and pad on the front panel. Moving over to the rear, Scarlett 18i8 has a few upgrades versus 8i6. Firstly, 2 of your 4-line outputs can now be used as alternate speaker outputs to make a total of 4 speakers, with Focusrite's anti-thump speaker switching for easily making better mix decisions. Secondly, Scarlett 18i8 has an ADAT optical input, which allows you to add 8 input channels at 48 kHz or 4 input channels at 96 kHz, using an ADAT preamp such as Scarlett Octopre. This is great for scaling up I/O when you need to, either to host more instruments in your studio or to bring a fully mic'd up drum kit into your recordings. Scarlett 18i8 has the perfect amount of I/O for a band looking to easily create great recordings at home or in their rehearsal space, travelling light and keeping it simple without compromising quality. Scarlett 18i8 runs the same high audio specs as the rest of the range and has its own power supply, so it can be used standalone without a computer once your routing is set up in Focusrite Control. Last but not least, we have Scarlett 18i20. This is one of our most popular interfaces for its high I/O count and flexibility. It can also be mounted into a rack, either for permanent install in a project studio or for easy transportation with other rack gear like guitar processors for live use. 18i20 is the highest I/O Scarlett we make and can do everything Scarlett 18i8 does and more. As you go from Scarlett 18i8 to Scarlett 18i20, the number of 3rd generation mic pre's on board jumps from 4 to 8. Every preamp has Air mode and pad, and the 2 easy access inputs on the front have instrument mode too. Next, the number of outputs goes from 4 to 10, and Scarlett 18i20 has the same 2 sets of speaker outputs with Focusrite's anti-thump speaker switching. All analog outputs can be used to send audio to outboard or FX, or to create custom mixes for speakers or a headphone amp. All of this and more can be customized in Focusrite Control, which we'll talk about a little more shortly. Scarlett 18i20 also has MIDI and SPDIF connectivity, and you'll see it also has ADAT connectivity like Scarlett 18i8. However, here we have 4 ports instead of 1. This is so that you can run 8 inputs up to 96 kHz instead of Scarlett 18i8's 48 kHz for 8, and you can send up to 8 channels of audio out via ADAT too. This expands the total analog channel count to a huge 16 in and 18 out. Scarlett 18i20 is an excellent interface for building a project studio. Its high built-in channel count, flexible routing and expandability mean there's almost no recording environment Scarlett 18i20 can't capture. It even features a built-in talkback mic for communicating with your band, and that's why it's such a popular choice for small studios and live use too. Now, onto Focusrite Control. Focusrite Control is a software control surface for the mixers in Scarlett's 8i6, 18i8 and 18i20. You can set up sends, cue mixes and monitor from Focusrite Control, as well as remotely activate Air mode, instrument mode or the pad on your inputs. Most importantly, Focusrite Control allows you to customize what audio and at what levels goes to every set of outputs on your interface, setting them up as monitor mixes, sends for outboard or front of house, or as FX sends for pedals or preamps. We've talked about capturing studio quality audio with Scarlett, now let's talk about bringing your songs together and finishing tracks. Every 3rd generation Scarlett ships with an unbeatable range of tried and tested studio tools from some of the biggest names in the business. But first, the DAWs. Ableton Live Lite is the most loved software for making electronic music and gives you everything you need to get started, including instruments, effects, and Live's trademark clip and scene launching for taking ideas further or performance. Ableton Live Lite comes free with all 3rd gen Scarlett interfaces, and it's yours to keep. For those wanting a taste of the industry standard recording experience, Scarlett users can also dive into 3 months of Avid's Pro Tools artist recording and production software with the complete plugin bundle. This legendary DAW has been the go-to for professionals for years, and for good reason. If you're looking for a huge array of tools and to get your music sounding its best, look no further. Once your 3 months is up, you can claim a 25% discount on annual subscription for Pro Tools Artist for the first year, or a 33% discount on annual subscription for Pro Tools Studio for the first year. Next, every third generation Scarlett customer gets access to the Hitmaker expansion. This includes Antares Auto-Tune Access, the original vocal tuning plugin, Softtube Marshall Silver Jubilee 2555, an incredible recreation of an icon for creating a wide range of recording-ready electric guitar tones. XLN Audio Addictive Keys, choose one of 4 professional sounding keyboard models from Steinway, Yamaha, and the classic Rhodes. XLN Audio Addictive Drums Studio Rock Kit, featuring expertly captured samples from high-end Tama and Pearl drums, and Paiste and Sabian cymbals. Relab LX480 Essentials, modelled on the Hit Factory NYC's reverb unit, and used on countless hits. Brainworks BX Console Focusrite SC, bringing the true sound of the preamps that made Focusrite what we are today for your music. Red 2 and 3 plugin suite, featuring a pair of meticulously captured digital models of the truly iconic EQ and compressors which have made the Focusrite name a staple in world-class facilities across the globe. 2 months of Landa's All Access Pass to get your tracks ready for release easily. To top it all off, Scarlett users can spark inspiration instantly with 3 months access to Splice's huge sounds library. With the 3rd generation of Scarlett, we've delivered everything you need to easily record your music in studio quality with fantastic tech specs, a wide range of connectivity options and accessories, and a full suite of studio software to take your songs from ideas to finished tracks. All of this means nothing if you can't get the help you need when you need it. Our premium build quality, rock-solid drivers, and our award-winning 24/7 365 support team make sure our interfaces won't let you down. We believe in Scarlett, and every interface comes with a 3-year warranty. So that's Scarlett 8i6, Scarlett 18i8, and Scarlett 18i20, and all the great specs and features that make Scarlett the most popular interface in the world. To find out more about our high-quality mic pre's, Air Mode, our extensive suite of studio software, or to find a dealer, head to the link in the description or visit focusrite.com/Scarlett. If you're looking for something smaller, a complete studio pack, or want to find out more about the rest of the range, you can hear all about Scarlett Solo, Scarlett 2i2, and Scarlett 4i4 here, as well as our studio packs, mic, and headphones. If you're a podcaster or live streamer, or you're looking for an interface designed specifically for capturing broadcast quality voice, you can check out the Vocaster range here. Thanks for watching.